Hi, this is Nicole Lee with Health, Beauty, and More, and today's subject is on dealing with insomnia. I hope you enjoy it. Hello, this is Nicole Lee, and I'm here to talk about a subject that a lot of people face. In fact, most people face from time to time, and it's natural to have this happen where you just can't go to sleep, or you go to sleep and you wake up and you don't want to wake up, you want to go back to sleep, and it can become chronic with a lot of people. And there's things we can do about that. We don't have to go to a doctor and get tranquilizers and all that. If it's really, if nothing else on this list I give you doesn't, work for you, then of course you might need to see a specialist for something that's chemical in your body. So what I look at first are natural ways to treat insomnia through herbs, like the homeopathic herbs that you can find at the health food stores and some pharmacies. More and more pharmacies are carrying things like this, so you can find them starting at a pretty reasonable price. They're usually under $10 for example, Highlands, Calms, Forte is a homeopathic blend. So everything's in this bottle, and you just take 2 to 3 at bedtime. Oh, this one was called Insomnia, I'm sorry. Now the other one is very similar. There's Insomnia and there's Calms Forte. There, you can see it now. And they're both pretty good. I tend to think Calms Forte might be a little bit better, but that's just for me. Sometimes your body gets used to one and you might want to switch back and forth. And then the very common melatonin comes in different strengths. This was just 3 milligrams, but I believe it's safe to take up to 5 milligrams a night on that. And that's all holistic and it won't hurt you, and there's very few side effects. For most people, there's no side effects. So you want to get sleep because it helps revitalize you for your activities during the day. It's just such a common thing to have, especially as people get older. They have difficulty falling asleep because various aging issues and pains and things that can affect your sleep kind of fall into that category, and that's pretty high. It's like 15% of all people that are seniors seem to have a prevalent condition of insomnia. So insomnia is considered a disease, and it could be produced by so many different things. It could be emotional, it could be the loss of a loved one, could have some physical or mental imbalances, can have some brain transmitter issues, genetic components come in there. Noise, like I can hear in the background, they're mowing the lawn out front, the noise is like a barking dog, or where I live there's a rooster, and things like that can be stimulating and interfere with your ability to stay or get asleep. There's a component in the brain called serotonin that people have to have a certain amount of it to function normally and not have depression, and some of the symptoms of depression are insomnia. So have that checked out, because that could be the root cause of your personal issue with insomnia. What we want to focus on is improve our sleep hygiene, get into a regular pattern of going to sleep a certain time, and getting up in the morning at about the same time every day too, because your brain has memory, and once you get into a habit, usually that helps with maintaining good sleep and good relaxation. What you can do to start off to train yourself to relax is do something with your relaxation, or if you like meditation, prayer, whatever works for you. You can go ahead and utilize the tools that you can learn or already have learned on how to relax different parts of your body, and make sure that also that you're sleeping in a room that's quiet and that does have a good temperature, that's comfortable to sleep in. If you're up with doing stimulating activities before you go to bed, that might interfere with your ability to go to sleep easily. So you want to avoid too much stimulation before bed, and avoid too much liquids, especially alcohol. You would think that would help, but usually helps for a while and then it wears off. So that and different medications, and caffeine is considered a drug. It's very stimulating, of course, so you want to avoid things like that at least 4 hours before you retire to bed. And there's always people that smoke, and that you would think would not affect sleep, but it does indeed affect people's ability to stay and be asleep. So avoid the loud noises. You might have to turn off the telephone if that's keeping you awake, and turn your alarm away from your view so you won't keep looking at the time. And there's other things like teas that can help that are herbal. Chamomile is a common one. Hops. And essential oils are good, like lavender. And if you have a spray bottle such as this size, you can spray your bedding, your pillow, where you can spray yourself with it. Essential oil of lavender, you might have to dilute it because it's pretty strong, but you can dilute it in purified water and try that. Although oil and water don't mix too well, but it still works. I've tried it, and it still gives you the aromatic and relaxing effects of lavender. It's a good tonic for the nervous system. There's another herb called passion flower for minor sleep issues. It's great it's even safe for children. I remember back in the 80s, valerian root was something that people use to help sleep, and it seems to have a pretty good sedative effect. But it might have, it may not, some of these may not be for you, so you just have to find out by trying them, and one at a time. That way you can pin it down to what agrees with you, with your system. There's also California poppy, which I've never tried, but it's got sedative effect and it's sleep promoting. It's an herb. It's mild, and it's also got some analgesic or pain relieving properties. That's also safe for children. Kava kava is another calming herb that people use in the South Seas. There's an herb called St. John's wort, W-O-R-T, that has a long therapeutic sedative effect. And the tea blends that you can find anywhere are usually, they'll tell you if they're for insomnia or sleeplessness or whatever is the problem, if it's nervousness. Try finding something like that that might have some chamomile in there, maybe a little wintergreen, and maybe some lemon balm or valerian. So I would do that. And also certain foods that have the chemical tryptophan really helps with calming us. Anytime you have turkey or chicken, or even a banana, if you're hungry before bed, just having a little piece of that, not stuffing yourself before bed, but just a snack, might help, because the amino acid tryptophan has an effect on the brain, and serotonin is the brain chemical that it affects, which helps you improve your sleep. You can also try drinking a warm glass of milk if you don't have a problem drinking liquids before bed. See if that helps. So avoid big meals just before you go to sleep, because that isn't a good idea to have your stomach working overtime when you're supposed to be letting go and relaxing. And as far as clearing your mind, when you first hit the pillow, try to take get all the thoughts out of your head that have been going round and round that might be affecting you to sleep, and just try to focus on relaxing each part of your body, and like use terms like my arms are getting heavier, my face is relaxing, the muscles in my jaw are relaxed. And if you go from head to toe, that's a good way to do a relaxation technique. It often helps people to just fall asleep more easily. So the other things not to do is avoid too much activity like we talked about, or exercise before you go to bed, because exercise is stimulating. And before bed, they say, a glass of sherry or wine is good to help you sleep, but it soon wears off, as I mentioned earlier. And as I said earlier, smokers, it's not good to smoke, because that does affect your sleep. Well, anyway, I'm sure that everybody has a lot of questions, and if you ask me, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I hope that this helped you and that you subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me and listening to what I have to say, because I have a lot of knowledge and I want to keep working at this and help people to have a better, healthier lifestyle. This is Nicole Lee with Health, Beauty, and More.